Hi, I'm Ambie, and today I'm going to show you a daily puzzle I've been playing at inkwellgames.com. So inkwellgames.com actually has a few daily puzzles, fields and stars, and I've been playing them on my phone. They're very mobile friendly, and they start easy on Monday and then get difficult and more difficult all the way to Sunday where it's very difficult. So I usually play through like Wednesday or Thursday, and then it gets a little bit too difficult for me. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to play stars. Field is in a different video. But if you scroll down at the bottom of Inkwell Games, it actually has learn more about our games, and you can learn about stars, which I've actually played star battles before, so I was more familiar with stars. There's a logic puzzle type called Star Battle, which this basically is. But you can go to this page and it tells you about the game, but then also when you play it for the first time, it has the tutorial. So let's go through that. How to play. Tap once to place an X, no star here. So an X means there's no star, and tap twice to place a star. So the goal is to place stars in the grid. So place exactly 2 stars in each row, each column, and each black bordered region. Stars cannot touch each other even diagonally. So one star will have X's all around it. The basics. Mark the highlighted cell with an X. So this is the tutorial. It cannot contain a star, otherwise 2 stars would be touching. So yeah, because 2 stars have to be in this region, if there were a star here, another star couldn't be there. So that's an X. Tap once to place an X, and tap again to place a star. So place stars in the highlighted cells, so tap twice. I always play this on mobile, which is like tapping, and this is optimized for mobile too, I think so. You can click twice for a star. Mark the highlighted cells with an X because they are adjacent to a star. So as it showed in the rules part, the stars have, they can't have anything touching, so you can put X's around as like a whole box around it. And then because this column has 2 stars in it, you can mark the rest with an X. Whoops. All right, and then place stars in the highlighted cells as these are the only valid positions left in the region. So remember, each black border region also has 2 stars. So we put stars there, and then we can put X's around there. Place a star in the highlighted cell as it's the only valid position left in this column. So when everything's X'd out except for 1 or 2 spots in like a column, this one, these 2, then those have to be the stars. This cell must be an X, otherwise 2 stars would be forced to touch. So here it's showing that if this were a star, these would all be X's, and then you can't have 2 stars in that region, so that has to be an X. This cell must be a star, otherwise 2 stars would be touching. Mark the rest of the cells with X, since this row already has 2 stars, this already has 2, so those are X's. And then this region, and here, these are the only valid positions left in the row, so we put stars there. This one is the only valid position left in the region, so we put a star there. We put X's there. This one already has 2 stars, so we put an X there. And then same with this column, has 2 stars. And then here, this cell must be a star, otherwise 2 stars will be touching. Because if this is not a star, then like 2 stars would have to be in this 3 region, which like those are all touching each other, so we can't do that. This, as you play more star battles, that shape is very familiar. All right, and so there's 2 stars in this row, so we mark the rest. Place a star in this highlighted value as it's the only position left in the column. So as this tutorial is showing, you're going to have to keep looking back and forth between like rows and columns and shapes. Place a star in the highlighted cell since it's only valid left in the region. And then that's X'd out. This shape again. So this has to be a star, same reason. This, oh, they're doing this one first. These 2 have a star already, so these are X'd out. And then this, because of this column, the only star left in this column is here. These are X'd out. This row has 2 stars. And then this row has nothing, but only 2 blanks, so those have to be stars because every row and column needs 2 stars. This is an X because of this column. And now, these are the only spots left for the last 2 stars. Puzzle complete! Yay! So then, that's done with the tutorial. Ready to try one on your own? Remember, you can always ask for a hint. So, here is the stars for Monday, February 2nd. Here's the hint button and a check. So, you can use those to ask for a hint or check if your answer is right. If you've messed up somewhere, it will highlight which ones are wrong. So this, the first thing I noticed is there's a lot of these shape. This big L square shape thing. So for all of these regions, if there's a star here, then there can't be any star in this region. That means that there cannot be a star here. So there's an X there. in the corner part of this corner. I'm not sure what to call that area. So for all of these, I can put an X. This one is here, this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. And notice how the X here actually changed this region to that L shape that was in the tutorial. So with the L shape, if there's no star here, there has to be 2 stars in this 3 section, which is not possible because they would be touching. So there has to be a star here. And then I can go like that. And now we know there's a star in these 2. And what you can do when there's a star in 2 spots, you know there's no star in these spots, because if there was a star here, that covers up both of these. If there's a star here, it covers up both of these. So any star that would cover up both of those options with 1 star, it can't be. So neither of those 2 can be a star. And this star turned this region into another of those Tetris L shape pieces, which means this has to be a star. This one, because it's these 3, cannot have 2 stars. So that's a star. We cover that up. And then that, same thing with the two squares, has to have 1 star, so these cannot. This region is just a line. So there's 2 stars in this line of 3, which means there's no stars here. But also, it can't be the star in the middle, because that would make it so there's 2 stars next to each other. So the 2 stars in a line of 3 has to be on the ends. And then we X out around it. So that region is done. Yay! All right, now I'm looking at this region over here. This is kind of like an L1 that already has an X here. So there can only be 1 star in this 2 region, and then there's 1 star here. So the star has to be there. Here's another line of 3, which we know the stars have to be on either end. So we can cross out around it, and also this because of the column. And here's another L where the star has to be here. See the pattern? You can see like the pattern of the shapes. These 2 stars are the only ones in the column, so I X'd out all of those. Now this region and this column only have 2 spots left, and like those have to be stars to fill out the region and the column. So we've got the first 3 columns and the first 3 regions here done. Now there's a row here. See, all of these are X's, and there's 1, 2, 3 left in the row. This isn't all in one region, but it's still 3 that needs 2 stars because a row needs 2 stars. So similar to up here, where it was 3 that needs 2 stars, it can't be here. It's got to be the stars on the end. And then we cross out the ones that are next to it. Then this region only has 1 spot left for a star. This is a column, so we cross those out. And then here, 1 star has to be in these 2. So there can't be a star here because it would block off these, or here because it would block off these. And we know there's actually 1 star here and 1 star here, and that's all in the same region. So that means everywhere else in this region, there's 1, 2 stars in this region already. So everywhere else can be X'd out, which is just here right now. Then this column has only 1 space left for a star. So there's 1 star here and then 1 star here. 2 stars in the column. Then this column, it's this star. This row has 2 stars in it already, so those are not stars. And then this row has 2 blanks for 2 stars. And then this column is done, and there's only 1 spot left for a star, and it's that. Yay! And it does a little happy dance. It shows you your time, and if you use any hints, it will say like so many hints and checks used. But you can share your results with your friends or anyone that you want to, and tell them to play too. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Now you can go play stars on Inkwell Games every day, and you can also check out their other game Fields and check out my video for that one as well. Thanks for watching. Bye!